Hello everybody, welcome back to another batch review, and it's getting silly now, isn't it? I mean, Fulham 0, Huddersfield Town 1, and my throat's a bit sore still from the absolute crap I've not been feeling too great at the weekend. Shouting at the TV tonight hasn't helped either, and really it's Slavisa's going to have to go in my opinion. And the thing that really annoys me is I'm not one of the people who's going to scream, shout, and do this and do that on camera. I'm not one of the people. I like to try and keep my views quite real, quite relatively calm, with a calm approach to videos. And the main thing was tonight, there was just absolutely no fight there tonight, and I can't believe it. Last year the reason we got promoted is because we went to some of these games, like your Prestons, your Sheffield Wednesdays, for example, two tough teams in the Championship, and we ground out really good results, or grinded out in fact, sorry, I probably used the wrong word there, and we pulled out some really good results late on, like 1-0s, scrappy 2-1s, even going to Barnsley, scraping late wins there. And these type of games, you win these late games, they really they bring the team together, and they give you that momentum to push on. And tonight, it really seemed like everyone's given up now. I mean, we're in November, for crying out loud. You don't get relegated now, you get relegated in May. And it seems like we've given up all hope. It seems like we've given up now. And that's the thing that hurts me the most as a fan, because I don't care if we win, lose or draw. I just want to see this team give 110% every week, regardless of whoever's on the pitch, if it's the academy players, first team players. I want to see this team play for the badge and play for our fans, because our fans, we've been good this season to the team. We've been fantastic. We've sold out at home nearly every game. We're taking good numbers away from home as well. Big number going up to Liverpool at the weekend, and a decent number going up. We went to Huddersfield tonight as well. And to actually watch that shower shite, which it was, and pardon my language there, but that's what it was, and I can't sugarcoat that even more. And the fans deserve more than that. And people might think we're a club. I don't think we're a club who have good. We build ourselves on a good foundation of players who work hard, and really what we pride ourselves on is a team who work hard for each other. And that was the case last season. And really, we spent £100 million and we've regressed. That's a scary thing. How in one summer can we spend £100 million to ensure we've got the best financial possibility with the squad to sustain in the Premier League? We've gone backwards, and that's what worries me even more. Tonight showed that. So many players on the pitch. If I'd never watched Fulham this season, and you told me Frank Zambo-Anguissa was worth £30 million, I would have probably asked what you were smoking, and if I could have some of that. And I don't smoke. But that's how bad he was tonight. And for me, a number of the players, Seri's gone back into his shell. He started off the season very, very well, and he's gone into his shell now. He looks a shadow of the player he was against Burnley and teams like that. Tom Kenny looks very rusty, and he's still not properly really at the races yet in terms of match fitness. He's going to take a couple of games to get back up to speed, in my opinion, and you can't really pick a hole at him too much. Mitrovic is isolated. We've gone from playing to his strengths early on in the season to not doing that at all now. We've gone from providing him with so much wing play, crosses, balls into the box, to starving him and feeding him off scraps. I mean, he's going up for direct balls now against 2 or 3 players in Matthias Jorgensen and Christopher Schindler. How's he going to come out against 2 strong centre-halves there? It's just one of him going up. And every time and this is what annoys me even more, we're playing simple lump it long to Mitrovic now. Is that what we're going to do? I understand he's a great asset with the ball. He can win any ball in the air. But is that what we're going to do now? Resort to lumping it and just praying that it's going to work with him? That's not going to work. We're going to have to try and improvise a bit more. If we're going to play direct balls into him, there's going to have to be runners off of him. We're not making any runners off him. Every time the ball comes to him, if he loses it, there's always a big gap in behind, because there's no one gambling on that second ball. We're all simply standing back and watching Mitrovic in the hope he wins it and seeing what happens then, because that's not going to get us nowhere. And the thing really, again, looking at that performance tonight, Huddersfield in the first half were fantastic. No disrespect to them. They earned that today in the first half. But one side wanted that, and that was Huddersfield. Straight from first whistle, pressing high, getting in our faces. All right, probably not. Attackingly, they're probably not great in front of goal. Let's be honest, they weren't great. Some of the chances they had in the second half as well weren't fantastic. It was a game that lacked a lot of quality from both sides in the final third. But Huddersfield are trying, and that's the thing that I want to see from Fulham. They were trying. They probably know they're not the strongest team in the league by a mile, but they try their hardest, and they give it to their fans. The fans repay them with good numbers and good backing, and they bloody try for them. And that's something we don't do as a club. And at the moment, it is just very disheartening at the moment, and it's worrying, because we've gone from playing a swagger and style of football in the Championship, priding ourselves on that, coming up, looking very good, to now coming up and looking toothless, and it's sad really. And It's going to be a sad way for Slavisa Jokanovic to go, but I think he has to go now. And, you know, that doesn't warrant that does not warrant to stay in the position of head coach anymore. It just doesn't. You're losing to Huddersfield and Cardiff. You're conceding 5 goals against them, 4 at Cardiff, 1 at Huddersfield tonight. It doesn't deserve a chance to stay as manager. And for me, I don't care what people say now. People looking and saying, oh, I'd rather get relegated with Jokanovic than get a Big Sam or someone like him in. The thing is, if that's the case, then what was the point of us getting promoted? It's simple as, I'd rather, you look at West Ham, they did well last year in terms of their structure. They struggled with Bilic last season. They went for a safety first type of approach with David Moyes. He kept them up. They let him go, and they went back to the drawing board in the summer. Went with Pellegrini. Okay, it didn't start too great this season, but they're starting to pick up the pace now. They've got a couple of wins. They're looking upwards, not downwards now, and that's the thing. What I think we might have to do. And I think after this game, Shahid Khan's got to look at this properly now and think: is Slavisa Jokanovic the guy long term with him now? Because we had this problem before when we was in this situation with the Khans, and they totally mucked it up. We went through 3 managers this season in the midst of Fayed selling the club as well, and we cannot go through that again. We had 3 managers. We sacked Sting, which was controversial to me. I don't think he should have gone a few years back. I thought we were starting to get a good tune out of the squad. We went for a manager who never got relegated in Felix Magath. Disaster. He was an absolute dinosaur of his style of play, approach, management of players. Complete disaster. And for me, people think Big Sam, he's dated his style of football, but you've got to look at him. I know he's not the best manager. For many people don't like him. But look at the record he's done. He's gone into clubs like Sunderland, who've been in this situation in about March time. He's kept them up, kept Palace up. He loves it. He thrives off this. This is the thing he loves most. Coming into a club, relegation scrappy, he loves it. My manager in the world, he absolutely enjoys it because he knows he can get them up. And that's the thing we need. Someone who's going to get this team, grab them by the balls and teach them how to defend and teach them how to go forward. Because, in my opinion, the next manager who comes in, should Slavisa be sacked, they've got to go from back to front, because if we're conceding too many soft goals, and that goal tonight was an absolute farce as well. Typical us. Huddersfield don't score a home goal all season, no problem. We score a goal for you. Fossey Mensah our own goal in the end, which was probably a shin on the goal, but it turned out it wasn't to be the case, and it's a disgrace now. That is an absolute disgrace performance. That's our rock bottom now. That's got even worse than Cardiff, because at least we scored a couple of goals and created chances. That's worse than Cardiff now, and for me, we can't go any lower than that. I think, and if we do go any lower than that, we're going only one way down. And that's the Championship, breaking Derby's lowest points tally record on the way down as well. It's absolute disgrace. I'm using that word a lot tonight because it is. I don't expect us to win every game, but I want this team to play every week, given their all, regardless of whether regardless of who we're playing. As long as they come off that pitch now and they've given their all, I'm a satisfied supporter. But after tonight, that's not on, and for me, a change has to be made now. Whether it's Sam Allardyce, Claudio Ranieri, I don't know, David Moyes, anyone who can get that defence sorted out, make us solid and get us from back to front quicker in terms of solidifying our team, I'll be happy for. That's the match review done, guys. I'm keeping that short, 8 minutes, late upload. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoy. Keep the conversation going in the comments. I'd love to hear everyone's comments on this, and we'll see you later, guys.